And welcome back. We get our first tornado warning of the evening on the local area. Let's go to radar here and pull up what we've got from the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service just a few moments ago listed a tornado warning for Jasper, Newton, Smith County, and Scott County until 1:45 this afternoon. 1248, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles east of Matherville, or 7 miles southwest of Raleigh, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. That's going to be headed in that direction of Newton from there. Flying debris dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, as we all know that. Now, this is quarter-size hail mixed in with this and a tornado warning. It is radar indicated, as we'll see that Raleigh should be seeking shelter. It'll be there within 3 minutes. It will be at Pineville by 1 o'clock, and then Roberts around 1:15, and Lawrence and Newton by 1:20. Again, this is until 1:45 as we pull up radar. This is what we're showing with this. Here's Meridian. Here's Newton. We're already have showers at Newton, but just to the southwest of you, it's going to be a little bit worse there as we await these storms that are coming. Now, let me see if I can get that back open there where we'll be able to see what everybody has to say. Got that. All right. Let's look at these storms and move in a little bit closer. As I said, we're already showing showers in Newton at this point, and this is going to be coming from, here's Raleigh right here. It is due west of Raleigh where the eye of the storm is headed. Forest, you will have the storm 24 minutes. Also, we have a second leg of this other tornado that is affecting Scott County, and as you will see, both of these are on track in some shape way with the way the wind is moving this to the east there just barely. It will affect Newton County, Scott County, 2 tornado warnings that are affecting you. They are overlapping each other as it goes into Newton County. Let's look here what we need to look around Polkville. 81 mile an hour shear winds. This is a serious storm as we look at this. If you are in Morton, Mississippi, you need to seek shelter immediately if you're in the area there. If you're in the area of there, seek shelter now. It is a tornado warning coming near you. As we look here, this is going to be affecting, let's look at these areas. Morton, it will be there in 21 minutes, and Forest within 26 minutes is what we see on the screen here. As we look at this all through here, this is rating, and I often talk about this. I brought this up about those storms that were north of us in the Delta just a little bit ago. This storm has 81 mile an hour shear winds with it on a scale of 1 to 10. This is raking in at a 7.7. Anything over 7 can and could drop at any time and become a tornado on the ground. So I want extra caution to be paid attention with this. Let's see here. Let's look at our paths. Puckett. Let's follow along with what we've got here. We're going back to Newton. Newton, you're on the end of this in a few moments. We'll want to look at the immediate dangers of where people need to be seeking shelter right this second. Puckett, if you're in that area, anywhere along Mississippi 18, 541 that runs over to Raleigh, Highway 18 in those areas. Seek shelter now. Don't wait. Go now. Again, Morton, 21 minutes is all the time that you've got to get to your safe place. Highway 13. Now, as this comes out across Puckett, it's going to be headed toward Polkville. If you're there at the intersection of 13 and County Road 563, seek immediate shelter. Here's the Welcome Center that Jackson, going towards Jackson. If you'll see there, here's the one on this end. There's going to be one that crosses right to the east of there. And here's the Welcome Center that's near Forest. We have a storm track that puts this within a half a mile of there, crossing just east of Forest, and if it follows its path, it would go right up near Conahatta into Newton County. Now, Conahatta, you are under this tornado warning. Also, if you are at Turkey Creek, Lazy Boy, if you're working today on this Saturday there at Walmart, you are under this. All of the areas there, even as you get here to where Myers Processing, anything west of Myers Processing is in this, down to the country store there at Garlandville, right there. And then it cuts back across to Montrose. Montrose, you are also in Rose Hill under this tornado warning. This cuts across just north of Silverina, and you'll see right there's Raleigh is where that is. Let's turn on locations. We do have that on. All of this area, Lawrence, you are under this storm. This first tornado warning that we have in Scott County coming across goes right up to the city limits of Forest, goes over to the Welcome Center, then goes back down. We have a second tornado warning that has you also in it that will cut across and go right into Newton County, as we'll see here, these lines here. What does this mean? Eventually, these storms, as it cuts across, will affect Union. It will affect the southern portion of Philadelphia at this point. Now, we have this tornado that we've been watching down here that was issued just a little bit ago. This is near Oakville, Mississippi, and it's going to be expiring about the same time. 47 minutes from now is what we've got listed on this tornado warning. Now, as we look at this, again, the Meridian area, light rain right now. We do have a storm, not anything horrific as we move in a little bit closer on this. This is going to be following Highway 19. This is where this is, right there, 19, as you're going up. MCC sits here. This is going to be where Walmart is. That's North Hill Street is where that at. Rain approaching Al's Garden and Gift, Rock House Trading Post, all in that area right there. Now, again, we're under a tornado watch through 6 p.m. through the entire area as we look at this. Let's look at Alabama. I don't think there's much happening there yet either. York, Livingston, just light rain at this point. Even at Butler, Alabama, we've got light rain. West of, if you're traveling I-20, it'd be best to, if you hadn't gotten there, if you're still in Meridian, wait going to Jackson a little while as these storms cross I-20. As you get to Newton, the city of Newton, all the way in past Morton on I-20 is the eye of this storm. If you could stay off of those areas there for the next 30 minutes, it would be extremely helpful. Now, as we look at this, this storm right here is the worst of the two. If you had to put dollar bets on which one is worse, this one right here that we're sitting on top of Puckett. And again, we want to remind you that Johns, Mississippi will be affected with this in 7 minutes, Crossroads in 19 minutes. Here's Morton. You see these little white dots? These are the towns that I'm naming as it moves north from Puckett, northeasterly across there that's going to be affected there. Cracker Station, Independence, Stage in 26 minutes, those areas there. And again, this is a dangerous, dangerous tornado warning until 1:45. And let's look at this. Is several counties involved in this one as we pull this back up. This does include Rankin, Simpson, Smith, and Scott County until 1:45. Now, again, as we move just east of there, we have a second tornado warning that does take into effect, remains in effect for Northwestern Jasper, Newton, Smith, and also Scott County. So we have two of them that are overlapping here if you're just joining all this, these storms. What we've got. Here's Delo, Mississippi. It's just north of there. Now, we're watching this tornado warning that we have back down here near Columbia, Mississippi. Is moving toward the Collins area. If you're going to be there, Oakville, around Carson, Mississippi, we got a lot of weather there as well. A little small one right there at Darbin, Mississippi, and it will be running out at 1:30 is when that tornado warning will end. We have a new tornado warning being issued here coming out of Kentwood, Louisiana, right across the state line here in Dillon, Mississippi. That tornado warning will also be until 1:45 and affect Highway 98 and those areas there. Now, let's see what we may have had some structural damage to roads blocked. Likely a tornado has hit there, and this is coming out of the fire department there in Topanga County in Kentwood. Right along here. So we've got damage here for sure. Here's Macomb. It's going to be due south there. This is right across the Louisiana line. Right here, here's the Mississippi line. Here's the Louisiana line. We have a tornado that has touched down there. We have damage. And again, here's Tylertown as we look at this, all of this area here under the gun right now. This storm right here, which is headed toward the Collins area, will be in Progress, Mississippi in 15 minutes. Prentice, 23 minutes if you live in that area, in Mount Carmel in 30 minutes in this area down along here in Columbia. These counties, let me mention those counties that it affects. This is going to be for Marion, Southeastern Lawrence, Jefferson Davis counties. pretty large tornadic activity there. And again, we do know that we have had this touchdown here in the Louisiana area as it makes its way toward Mississippi across that state line. As we go back up here to the Delta, it is horrendous at this point. This is some of the weather that we've been warning you about for the last few days, to where the Delta is getting a large portion of this. Let's just go over here north of Yazoo. This is coming in at a 7.2 something to be very concerned about. Tachula is where it's headed. It will be there within 13 minutes. Here's Tachula. Here's Lexington, Mississippi. It will reach Carrollton in 28 minutes and North Carrollton in 29 minutes. And again, that also at a 7.2. These storms here are very serious. Let's move up near Winona, Mississippi. We've got a lot of activity going on there also. This storm here will be near Sugar Hill in 11 minutes, Redding, Spring Hill in 25 minutes, and Emory by 26 minutes. And if you'll look at this, here's Winona, Mississippi. This is going to cross Highway 82, moving northeasterly. And if you back out and look at the path of this, Vardaman, you're in the path of this as it makes its way there. Vardaman, it makes its own way toward Pontotoc, Tupelo area. So we watch these storms closely. Now we have another tornado warning that is up here near Tupelo going on now. Let's look at what we've got. This will be near Fulton in 10 minutes, Red Bay in 27 minutes, and Belmont within 28 minutes. As we dig back into this tornado warning, let's look at these counties. If you live in these areas, Etowamba, Southern Lee, and Northwestern Monroe County is under effect with this tornado warning there. All right, let's back down and take a look at the entire state of what we've got. Let's turn radar off. Gives you a better view of what we've got going on statewide. Anything that is in gold that you see there that is not blinking, that is a thunderstorm warning. Anything that you see on the red that is blinking, that is a tornado warning. As we count these, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tornado warnings that I'm counting all simultaneously going on now in the state of Mississippi. Thunderstorms over near Vicksburg, and you'll see that path through here. This is some of the worst of the storm up through here. This is that second leg. Now, again, originally, the National Weather Service was telling us that some of this stuff would probably hold off until later this afternoon, 3 o'clock or so, but it is getting an early jump. Let's hope that it pauses and this stuff doesn't do any damage. That's what we're hoping and praying for. Now, the Meridian area, you're good at this point. We are showing some thunderstorms moving through Enterprise. Newton County, Newton, Mississippi, you need to get to your safe place, know where you're going. This goes until 1:45. So we have 40 minutes remaining on the tornado warning, and it hasn't quite gotten to Newton County yet, but it's making its way. Forest, you need to be in your safe space now. It is starting to enter Scott County. It will be near Forest before you can shake a stick. Let's see if we have a timeline in here. 20 minutes. Is what we've got. If you live in Forest, you need to be in your place now. Polkville, now. Don't wait on me any longer. The storm seems, the worst of the storm is past Raleigh. We do have more thunderstorms moving in on Raleigh. But look at this area right here. This is Mississippi 35. This is 481. Do you live in those areas? And look at the amount of lightning strikes that we're having. That was at 1:04 p.m. 2 minutes ago. That was 10 minutes ago. We have more storms at 1:05. That just struck right there. Leading edge of this storm as it heads toward Newton. Newton, you have about 24 minutes before this tornado reaches your area. Now, again, what we have at this point is a tornado that is radar indicated. I don't want to scare anyone to think this is on the ground, and we know that. We don't. This is radar indicated, and meaning that conditions could turn into it for it to do that. Now, let me update here and get in to see what the National Weather Service is telling us. Montgomery, Grenada, Carroll, and Choctaw, Mississippi, Webster, Mississippi, are all under a tornado warning until, let me see how long that's going to be. It continues. Tornado watch. Okay, Northern and Tala County just got canceled with that, is the good news with that. That's good to know there. So we have another 30 minutes remaining on that tornado warning there. All right. The supercell that was crossing Rankin County is weakening. That is good to know. We're still watching one in Smith County that is very, very dangerous at this point as we get messages from the National Weather Service as we watch all of this. Let's go back to radar. We don't want to take our eye off the pot too long there as we look at this, as we do have active tornado warnings for the area. All right, y'all see this? I-20, not the place to be right now. If you can wait a little while, especially around Scott County Forest, be careful as we get into this. Smith County, northern Smith County is getting a pounding right now. And this will go on for quite some time. All right, let's go back here. Now, this is that same system. This is what's headed toward Newton County, and I want everybody to pay attention on that western side, the eastern corner of Scott County, and the western side of Newton County, right there at Lawrence, in that area there. Otho, Sun, Bartlett, Buckleytown, Tanglewood, Little Italy, along with Lake, also is included with this, and the Dennis settlement, all right along there. There's 20 coming in there. Is this storm right here. This is rated at a 5, and again, anything can happen. We have seen them, smaller storms do a lot of damage. It could happen with this, but it is a tornado warning. Seek shelter anywhere now from Newton, from downtown Newton, all the way to the county line into Scott County. All right, we got a radar update then. Forest, the storm is 21 minutes away from, and if you'll see here, coming just directly toward Forest. Now, as we get down here, here's some of the worst of the storms that are moving here right toward that Scott County line. Let's look at, here's Mississippi 35. This area right here is going to be Klein, Mississippi. Let's look at these roads. Union Grove Church. If you live on Smith County Road 541, you need to seek shelter now. It's on top of y'all. County Road 541B, that area right along there. And just tons of lightning wrapped with this storm. Now, as we get back into Newton County, well, let's turn this on here. Here's this tornado warning goes right through the path of the line of where it is through the parking lot of Walmart. Here's the airport. It will cross the airport strip, come straight down and follow 15 right down to Garlandville, and then it will go back out to the west there, back down to Smith County, just north of the courthouse there in Raleigh. Now, as we'll see this track, as you'll look at this, this first line in Newton County has been moved over just a little bit. The line is getting more defined as we go here. This is going to be the Conahatta Post Office. If you live south of Conahatta over to Turkey Creek, you are involved in this tornado warning, taking in all the city of Newton down to Garlandville back to the county line. And we get into Forest, Scott County, anything south of I-20, just period. If you live south of I-20 in Scott County, you need to seek shelter now. Very, very serious storm. Here's, as we look at this, we've shown this, making its way directly toward that area there. Now, let me, that should have updated right then. Let's do a hard refresh. Regardless, here's what we've got. Not much has changed within the last 60 seconds. As this updates every 60 seconds, we like to stay on top of this. We've got numerous thunderstorm warnings around Walnut Grove, those areas there. Neshoba County, not under any warnings at this point. Newton County, you are under a tornado warning at this point. Let's see what we're getting here. This is, these two storm systems are very bad. And if you will notice now, all of it, as this moves to the northeast, and again, this is going to affect Newton. It could clip into Clark County, Lauderdale County, and into Neshoba County, and into Kemper County if it were to stay on its path. We'll see. This right here could easily cut across Jasper and into Clark County and then on into Lauderdale County. It's a watching very closely with these storms that are going on to the south, southwest of the Meridian area and due west of here. Very big concern here. This is a big storm right here. Now again, as always, if you, I'm glancing up to see if we've gotten any comments. If you happen to have weather, see something going on at your home, put it in the comments. That gives people a little bit of a heads up to know that they live near you, around you, that things are going to be happening near them as well. We do appreciate that. Ms. Carter watching us from Texas there, from San Antonio. We do appreciate that. I don't see anybody that has mentioned any damage report. Now, we're watching this very closely now. What I want to do is look at this southern pine as we look back over here. Let's do this and see what we've got when it comes to outages. Let's refresh this. This is southern pine. This is the Mendenhall, Bay Springs area, Morton Forest. Numerous power outages through there. Right through there. Now, let's look what we've got. Let's refresh here. Now, as you'll look here, just north of Morton, here's Pelahatchie. We got about 450 people around Lena, and very small amount there just west of Philadelphia right now without power. Let's look at the state of where we are. What we've got here's Lauderdale County. Getting better there. You know, we had 500 or so out a while ago. We're at 22 people at this point here at Collinsville. Around Cicalina, 12 here, so it's getting better there. The crews are working to get all of that safely. Now, here's the state. Let's get into what's going on in the state. 623 still being named in Lauderdale County. As we get up into Montgomery, 600. This down in here, look at that, 2,500. This is where that tornado warning was a little bit earlier as it came across. So something to watch of what we're paying attention to. Let's go back to radar now. What do we have going on here? Let's update radar and turn that back on where you can see this. Let's turn off all these little gizmos where you don't need to be interrupted by that. Same path as we look at this of these storms as they head toward Newton. Let's look at where this line is, where you need to pay extra attention here. This leading edge of this storm as it makes its way toward Decatur. Anybody in the Decatur area, heads up with this. And if this follows the path that it is currently doing, let's zoom in on this. Here's Highway 80. Near this intersection of 80 and 20 there around the Marathon gas station. This is going to come within that area there. It is expected to cross Pine Ridge Road, and then this will go due north to easterly from there, Lawrence Hazel Road, and then cross Graham Harrison Road. See that? Makes its way right out of there. Here's Decatur, and this would put this storm, if it comes across right around the Decatur area in the next 30 to 40 minutes, where that would put it somewhere right around 140-ish there. Now, Decatur is not necessarily under a tornado warning, and I often say this. You see this line where this tornado warned area is right here? Here's Decatur. That's half a mile. If you live in Decatur, I would consider that a tornado warning for me as well. You cannot outthink a tornado. They have a mind of their own. Think the worst, and it always comes out better. That's the way I would do that.
Prepare for the worst.
Prepare for the worst. Maybe that's a better word for it. All right, let's go back and look at this. This has gotten a little bit nastier since the last time we were here. Here's Prentiss, Mississippi. If you're in the area of Prentiss, Mississippi, you need to seek shelter now. This storm is going to be making its way toward Prentiss with 8 minutes and McGee within 26 minutes. If we'll look at this, this is coming in at roughly a 7 is where we've got it. Let's move in on this. This is right on top of Highway 13. I believe that's going to be Borum Road is where that is. And again, it will cross 13 and cross Greens Creek Road. We have a second leg of this storm if we look at this. 10 minutes up from there, Prentice, you'll have another storm behind this, and McGee about the same path. Within 26 minutes, this should be near you. Winds within this storm here are around 81 miles an hour if you're watching us. Here's Collins, Mississippi. Mize, you're going to be affected by this, and this storm will make its way back toward Raleigh. I know Raleigh's been rocked a couple of times this afternoon with storm activity, but more is coming. All right, we're starting to show more and more storm activity in southwestern Newton County and also southeastern Scott County. They've moved this, canceled one tornado warning that was over the city of Forest. That has been canceled, and it is due east of Forest. And let's just do this to show this. Here is Forest. If you were to go down I-20, the tornado warning is roughly 6.5 miles from downtown Forest is what we're showing. So that's where that line cuts across there. Let me clear that out of there. Here's Newton here, and this goes right over to here. This is going to be Lake Norris Road is where that runs to. Be careful in this area here from downtown Newton over. Now, it's raining heavy in Hickory, raining pretty good in portions of Decatur, but that southwestern corner of Newton County is where we're watching. Jody, Pennington deputies in that area, pay close attention to your people. We want everybody safe there. Tornado warning if you're in Newton. If you're in Decatur, I want you to go ahead and seek shelter because this will make its way there. Get to your safe space. Have your stuff ready. Although, again, let me be very clear, Decatur is not under the warned area, but it is too close for comfort for me. Anywhere here in Scott County around Buckleytown. I said that wrong, didn't I? Sun, Mississippi, these areas there, right around Bartlett, as we see Tanglewood here in Newton County. If you live in those areas, seek shelter immediately. Tornado warning there. Now, we've got a storm. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning up around Carthage as we look at that over in Leake County. This storm is going to be moving toward Midway and make it to center in 18 minutes. Again, some strong thunderstorms involved with that, with thunderstorm activity. Let's look at I-20, what's going on around Meridian here, in between here and where that tornado warning is. Downtown Meridian, we are right here. Let's look here. Let's turn on some locations and show you what we've got. Here's the country store out on Pine Springs Road. All this area down here off of North Hill Street, right around the church, Northcrest, all the way out to Highway 19. As you come across here and you cross that four-way stop here where the Dixie gas station was, it's going to be heavy. It lightens up a little bit as you get to 19. If you turn right and go toward Collinsville, you're going to get back into this heavy rain until you get past Cicalina, past the volunteer fire department. It'll lighten up between there and Collinsville at the four-way stop. But downtown Meridian, starting to get it. I'm hearing thunder out here in the West Lauderdale area. All about here. Rain will be making its way there too. Now let's follow I-20. Once you get out on the outskirts of Meridian, I-20, as you get near prison, Lost Gap, rain is going to start picking up. We'll see that even down in this area right around Meehan, some showers. But as you cross into Newton County, boy, the rain is heavy, especially if you're going to be traveling straight up here, Chunky Duffy Road. Anybody live on Chunky Duffy? It's pouring rain on y'all right now. And again, even up here at Little Rock, we got a lot of rain going on there. Now, the tornado warned area, let's go back and look at this. Here's the Veteran Cemetery. As you get to Newton, once you get to Walmart, that is where the tornado warning is, and it goes due north up to Turkey Creek Water Park. It will go due south past Myers Processing all the way to the county line, right down here to Garlandville. And it will move over, taking this little portion north, Highway 15 there, in Jasper County, and then go over to Smith County and take in this little bit here in Jasper County. Now, we'll move across here. Forest, still pouring rain. At both roadside parks, we've got a lot of rain there. Pouring rain. Let me check here. Let's see. WMOX Radio joining us as well this afternoon. As we continue weather coverage here this afternoon. Let's turn these locations off where you can see what we're looking at here. Boy, at the Lightning, Newton County, do not be outside at this point. If you're in that southwest corner, lightning is striking left and right. And all of these gold ones, and these white ones are it's in the air with the potential to strike. Anything that you see that is a yellow gold looking thunderbolt, that is where lightning has actually struck a tree, hit the ground at some point. And it is horrendous. All of this area here over to I-20 to Scott County. This southern southwestern corner of Newton County is taking a beating with lightning. Y'all look at that. All right, let's back out. Let's turn radar off and look at all of our warnings, because as we focus in on sometimes one area, we'll get a new one listed and we didn't catch it during the bad weather. Dangerous storm, what is this saying? As radar, this thing, what it will do, anything that's going on here, these dings you hear in the background, the actual system is text messaging me and is telling me now that a dangerous storm is approaching near Myers Processing. So if you're in Newton County around Myers Processing, seek shelter now, as we see that we've got a lot going on in there. Lightning around Wayne Academy is detected within 8 miles of Wayne Academy. If you live anywhere in that area, watch that lightning. All right, as we see now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 tornado warnings going on at this point. We had this one that was just to the west of here that was overlapping in Scott County get canceled. Now, Newton County, you have, let's see, we got about 10, 20, 22 minutes remaining on this tornado warning for Scott, for extreme Jasper, Northwestern Jasper County, and also for Newton County. We have 23 minutes remaining on that. What we're going to watch right here is these 3 nasties, the 3 amigos. We just got another one added right there. These 3 amigos are a big concern for us. It is a concern where it is now and where it will be heading. If you'll look at this, the overall picture here, this is northeasterly. Look at that. And is headed in this direction toward the Jasper County line, Jones County, Clark County, Lauderdale County will be in the eye of this before too long. Now, again, there's no warnings for any of those places that I just met. We're looking ahead. And as we look at this may be an indication that this storm is moving faster than we thought. Originally, we were thinking somewhere around 3 o'clock would be when we would start seeing all of this, and we are now seeing it ahead of time. Let's see here. Going back over to make sure I haven't missed anything. Have we gotten anything in the inbox? Have you had a chance to?
I do. We do have. There are 3 churches on Long Creek that
3
are
churches.
open as shelters.
All right, pull it, Mike, where everybody can hear.
I put it on the page.
All right, we got it on the page. Let me see here. Let me go back here. We do have something. Let's go to our page. Refresh this. All right, here's what was just sent in. Long Creek Baptist Church looks to be opening up at 2 p.m. Pleasant Hill Methodist Church and Mount Horeb Church will be open to the public for anyone needing shelter. These are in the Zero and Long Creek areas. Now, that is going to be southern Lauderdale County is where that is. And let's go back over that. Long Creek Baptist, Pleasant Hill Methodist Church, and Mount Horeb Baptist Church. If you have nowhere to go and want to be surrounded by friends, good place, they're opening up their doors beginning at 2 o'clock. That's in Lauderdale County there. We also see that Bethany Baptist Church will be open as well. That's going to be in the Wyandotte community. We could add that to that line up there also, Angie, as we get that going. And we appreciate Angie jumping in and helping us. This kind of sort of happened.
Who?
Angie, that would be you.
What church?
That's going to be Bethany Baptist Church in Wyandotte. Add that to our list on there. We do appreciate that. And again, if you've got a church that is opening up something, please let us know. As we went over that article earlier, Lauderdale County does not have tornado shelters. They just don't have them. They don't have enough room. And it was explained to me this way. Most of these shelters will hold about 20 people that are actual concrete tornadoes or they're the metal ones, about 20 people. And they said, what do you do when number 21 shows up with a baby and you have another one? And they just don't have them. Should we maybe have not spent $68 million in a courthouse? I don't know. There's a lot of counties that just don't do it. But that's my thoughts on that. It's where you put your money. We got a nice courthouse, though. Right? Airport. Let's go back and get serious on weather there as I pick at them about that. Here's radar. Let's go to radar back over here. Doc's Toyota, we want to say a big thank you to them for helping us out each and every time that we go live with the weather. These are nasty grams, as I call them. Very, very nasty. We got this shrinking here. Let's start back with Newton County, then we're going to go back and address these things here. Let's turn radar back on and look at the intensity of this. All right, here we are, Newton County. This is the worst of what we got. Scott County, you're in the clear now. But as soon as you cross that Newton County line, it is ferocious, as we say.
Sirens are going off in Decatur.
Yeah, Decatur. And it should be in Decatur. Most likely, the way these all work, these tornado warning sirens are, it goes for the whole county. It doesn't specify where it is in the county. And here's what we've got the worst as we get into this right here. Here's Highway 80, right around Lake Elementary School, all of this area, the Marathon, the gas station there. You are under a tornado warning. This storm will be at Decatur in 18 minutes. Now, again, you're not under the warning at this point, but the storm is still coming. A lot of times it will look as though something is fading away and it pops back up. If you're in Decatur, I want you in your safe space. Why? You've got 18 minutes to do it. If you get there and nothing happens, that's wonderful, isn't it? Nothing lost at that point, but get to your place. Union, on the other side of this storm will be near you in 26 minutes. So if you're watching us from the Union, Mississippi, and let's back this out and show you here. Here's Decatur. Here's Union, Mississippi. It will be right here in 26 minutes. It will be here in 18 minutes. It is in this corner here as it moves across the county. As we turn on these locations to give you a better bird's eye view of what's going on. And, of course, Lawrence is mixed in with this. The high school, all of these areas around downtown Newton are included in this. I am particularly worried about right along in here. Right here following Highway 489 northeasterly around the county as you go toward Union. Turkey Creek, if for some reason you stayed there in a camper, you need to get out. If you're for any reason camping at Turkey Creek this weekend, get out of there now and move to a safe space. You are under a warning. It will probably reach Turkey Creek within about 14 minutes. It should be there. What you doing over there making all that racket? That's what we have going on in Newton County. Tornado warning until 1:45 this afternoon. We're looking at 1:45, so we have 16 minutes remaining on that. Northern Lauderdale County, you've got a lot of rain going on right now, and also we're showing heavy showers around Philadelphia and southward toward Meridian. Let's move down and look at our nasty grams that we talked about. These are storms that really concern me to the south west of Collins, Mississippi. Let's zoom in on this. Here's Bassfield. This is coming in at a 7. This has 92 mile an hour shear winds. This will make its way near Taylorsville and then cross into Jasper County following that Highway 15 Lewin area. Right now, Prentiss, Mississippi. Y'all need to be in your safe space. Anywhere in between Brassville and Prentiss, Highway 42, seek shelter. If you're on the edge of Highway 35, you need to be in your safe space as well. Now, at this point, Collins not under that tornado warning, but let's just go ahead. It's too close for comfort for me. That's within a couple of miles of where this thing ends, and we want you to be in your safe space. Tornado warnings in that area. And again, this warning will last until, let me move up here, until 1:45.
I'm getting something saying 2:30.
We may have just got something new there. I'm getting something popping in. Let's back out. All right, we are now under a tornado warning for Lauderdale County. Lauderdale County, seek shelter now. As we look at this, this has grown. Newton County, we've had a second tornado warning. Kemper County, you need to get to your safe space if you are in the southwest corner of Kemper County. Extreme Southeastern and House. Heather, if you're watching, me and you never caught up with each other, but if you're anywhere around Talbot Enterprises, you need to seek shelter now also. Now let's get closer on this. Let's zoom in and look at what we've got. These look to be very serious moving into Newton County. And it is. I want you to now. This is coming in, and I've talked about this over and over. If we were to do a scale of 1 to 10 of what's bad, what doesn't worry me, this worries me. On a scale of 1 to 10, these tornadoes that are headed for Decatur are sitting at an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, which means I'm not saying they're on the ground, but it could drop at any given time and become a storm on the ground and pick back up. Sometimes these come down and are long track tornadoes. We want you to seek shelter immediately. Yes, Collinsville is under a tornado warning. Kemper County is as well, the southwest corner. And we're going to turn on our locations and discuss where you live, all of this. Okay, let's start at Kemper County, and we're going to work back. If you're around Kemper Lake, you're involved with this here on Highway 493. Over to this area right here on Highway 16, where 495 Britt, Cow Creek, y'all are under this as well. As we look at this Cleveland Community Center, in between 495, 493, you're in this. It will take in the coal plant and then just follow straight down 493 into Lauderdale County, right there around Arkadelphia Baptist Church. We have right here at the Damascus Volunteer Fire Department, right in the center of where this tornado will move out of Lauderdale County, the storm track of it anyway, and move right across Damascus. Seek shelter immediately in those areas. As we move down right here, as we mentioned, talking about House, Mississippi, Talbot Enterprises, if you live anywhere around Highway 492 in between Union and House, seek shelter immediately, Highway 492. The center of this storm, as it comes across here, will cross right at Little Rock. So if you're at Little Rock, Mississippi, I need you to seek shelter now. We have two tornado warnings that are going on. This one that is going to fade away within 15 minutes, and then the second one that has been kicked off. And again, this is a very serious storm coming in at a scale of 8 at this storm. Look at that. This will reach Decatur. Decatur, you have 7 minutes to get to your safe space. Union, you have 12 minutes. Philadelphia, you have 22 minutes before this storm reaches the city of Philadelphia. Now, all of this area, look at this. We have the second leg here that is making its way into to Newton County. It's right there in the corner. This will be at Newton, 8 minutes. Decatur, 13 minutes, and Union within 18 minutes. This also coming in at a scale of 8. And let me just show you how this will come across. Look at this. This is where it is right now. Y'all see this black mark as it goes across and reaches Turkey Creek, takes in all of that area there around Decatur, and it goes right on up. Let me move this down where you can see this. Let's go back down to where Decatur is. This is where it comes across Turkey Creek, spreads wide, takes in where the high school is, Lazy Boy, all this area, and we get up to Union where the Dollar General is. It takes in right there. See that? It's going to take in all that area around Little Rock. This is directly headed as well as you'll go out to Battlefield. This will take in West Lauderdale High School, West Lauderdale Elementary as it makes its way across here as we follow this storm, as it tracks this area towards Lauderdale County. All right, let's turn off locations a minute and let's look at the intensity of these storms of what's happening here. Newton County is our major concern right now. This is where the storms are at this given moment. Let me check with the National Weather Service now and make sure I've got everything that they have going on, make sure they haven't listed any special weather statements. Boy, I can hear the thunder in the West Lauderdale area serious, heavy right now. The thunder rolls. Radar suggests a tornado was developing just southwest of the city of Newton. Newton, I can't stress it, be in your safe space. Marion County, we're being told that there's a lot of debris in Marion County right now. Ellie has made it to the studio. Hello, little girl. Glad to see her. As we come up here, let's see what else we've got. Tornado warning, damage. That was just a threat there.
So nothing?
Not on that at this point. Okay, nothing new there. Let's go back to radar. I just wanted to check that. Let's pull up radar as we have a new update. As of right now, the eye of this is a two-leg storm. The eye of this storm is just south of Decatur at this point. Here's Decatur. Decatur, you are involved in this. Let's look at what we've got here. This is a range of 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 of being the worst. This will be at Blunt Store within 4 minutes. Good Hope, it will be there in 9 minutes. Beulah Hubbard, 12 minutes is the timing that you've got. If you're sitting in Little Rock right now, 13 minutes. Purdue, 14. Duffy, 16 minutes. As the Martin community, you're going to be affected by this tornado within 24 minutes, and then in Rio in 16 minutes. And again, this is when you start seeing these from the radar system, it means that the conditions are very, very favorable for this to dip down at any given time. This second leg of this storm is just across I-20 there at Newton. It will be in Decatur within 11 minutes. You'll see that right there. This is the fan as it comes across Highway 15 toward Decatur. And again, this also ranking in at a scale of 8. Look at this is violent. Let's look at this of the heavy rain that's wrapped with this, of where this thing is sitting right now. Now again, Beaver Creek Road. Do you live on that? Beaver Creek Road, Newton Conahatta Road. If you live on that road, Beaver Dam Road, also McCarney Road. I'm reading that sideways. I could be saying that a little bit wrong. Couldn't get my head tilted just right. This is going to cross Pine Bluff Road. Y'all pay attention to these. You know where you live, the name of your address where you are. Macedonia Road, if you live there, seek shelter immediately. This is going to be just to the southwest of Decatur is where these streets are that I'm naming. This will come into just around where West Decatur Church is. If you live in that area,
rain-wrapped funnel cloud just south of Newton on 15.
All right, we're getting a rain-wrapped funnel cloud just south of Newton on Highway 15. And that's going to put that right along in here. Here's Highway 15.
So most of this is happening in Newton right now?
Yeah, Newton County is where we are. Let me turn your microphone on there. As we look at Newton County, it is on top of Newton County, and it is pouring rain right here. Here's Decatur, and let's just look at the distance. From the eye of the storm. The eye of this storm is directly let's just call it 3.5 miles from downtown Decatur, just south of there, 5 miles out of town. And y'all know where you live and how long it takes you to reach Decatur. Mm-hmm. Do you live in that area? About 5 miles south of there is the second tornado warning that we have, the eye of the storm that is crossing there. And let me turn these off, and we're going to get into some roads. Distance tool, clear that off. Look at that. Now, let's see here also if we've got severe damaging winds. Let's look at that. Look at those winds. All of this dark green area is high winds. Now, if you were just joining us, let me be very clear of what we got. We have tornado warnings. Let's go back over what the National Weather Service has for us. Let me update you as we look at this. Tornado warning has been issued for eastern Newton County, southwestern Kemper County, southeastern Neshoba County, and northwestern Lauderdale County, and this is going to carry us until 2:30. So we have 15 minutes remaining on this. At 1:30, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Lawrence or near Newton, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. Tornado, quarter-size hail involved with this. This is passing over Newton at this point, should be at Hickory at 140, Little Rock by 150, and Collinsville area around 155. So those folks that are watching us in Lauderdale County, you should have this within 15 minutes is what we're seeing here
so be
on radar.
Prepared.
Yes.
Be prepared. Got it.
Now, here's, and we're going to look at our watch boxes and cut right across, and it concerns me. Again, I cannot stress if you live in Newton County, seek shelter immediately. Matter of fact, let me check in with the sheriff.
Yeah, all of Lauderdale County will be under warning until everything passes.
Not all of Lauderdale County, northwestern Lauderdale
Northwest,
County.
my bad.
Collinsville area.
Says North Hills and Poppy Springs have sirens going off.
Yes, and that's going to be because...
For the warning?
Yes, but although areas of Lauderdale County are not affected, it goes off for the entire county at one time. And we are looking at the extreme western corner of Lauderdale County involved with this. If you live in Tumsuba, It is no threat to you right now. If you live in Clarkdale, there's no threat to you. But if you live anywhere east of Chunky, I-20, west of Walmart, up Highway 19, you need to have concern going on and be in your safe space at this given time. Now, as we look at this, let's go back over here. This storm, Newton County, Decatur, you now have 5 minutes to get to your safe space. I know, Jody, that's where the sheriff's department is in those areas there. As we look for updates, we've texted the sheriff and we should get something back from Jody here in just a few moments as to what's going on there. Let's see.
Not seeing any updates so far on anything. Yeah, sirens will be going off just to warn you.
All right, I was looking to make sure I had not. All right, everybody's talking about. I'm getting text about the northwestern portion of Lauderdale County. As I look at all of that. Okay, just in. We have no reports of any damage at this point in Newton County as I talked to Jody Pennington. They are at the Sheriff's Department. We'll go out, be assessing everything. If you have a problem in Newton County, make sure to call 911. They will contact the Sheriff's Department, and they will come and run in to assist as soon as it's safe for them to be on the roads.
And this is Newton County.
Newton County.
Right now.
Decatur. We cannot stress to y'all about being in your safe space. Let's go ahead.
They said it stopped raining in Decatur and it got really quiet on 503.
That's never.
It's always scary.
This is at this given point right on top of Decatur. I want y'all to look at this.
Oh my God! Look at all that lightning.
And again, these gold ones are where it has actually struck the ground. This is 60 seconds. If it's not on you now in Decatur, 60 seconds, and again, we'll call it right on top of Decatur at this given point there. Let's look at the street that it is on as it enters Decatur. This is going to be South 5th Street as it comes across here and cross Highway 15. This will cross East Broadway and 7th Street, and we'll catch the corner of Crow's Nest Circle. Now, what I'm telling you here, this is the eye of it. Look at this, what this encompasses. Here's the eye where the direct storm is going. This is how the winds and the rain, and anywhere in this area here is where it will most likely, see here, downtown Decatur as it goes out, spreads. Let's spread this out here. This is going to be the intersection of Highway 494 that it's coming up on, following Little Rock Decatur Road there. Go look at that. Let me make this a little bit bigger. And let me remind everybody, if you're watching us right now, a lot of people do this to where you can watch us on YouTube, put it on a large screen TV. You can follow us at our YouTube channel. We have links set up on our page. And you can comment either through YouTube or you can hold it in your hand and do it on Facebook, either way that you like. But we're available on YouTube. We have Scotty Ray Report. You can find it very easily. There's a link on our page. And also, you can follow us on Facebook, another way to watch as these storms come across this. Again, this is a high-rated storm. This is a 7.9 out of 10.
Oh.
Anything that is over a 7 can and could likely come to the ground. We are not saying that it is on the ground, but we are pushing it, being of the utmost importance that you be in your safe space now.
Any
Do not
second,
waste.
it could come down and touch the ground, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Now, this, as we see the eye of this, we still have a lot of rain, and you're not out of the woods yet in Hickory or Chunky. Let's look at what we've got in this warned area in Lauderdale County and follow it northward into Kemper County to remind everybody. If you are in Lawrence, the storm is past you. You're on your safe space now. Only downtown Newton is still involved in this. And let's look at the intersection of where this is.
So it's passing Newton as we speak.
Yeah, East Church Street, if you live there, right here at the intersection of McDonald's. Let's call it McDonald's, Walmart being where the line is, where the tornado warning takes into a place. And this is just sitting right now on top of Decatur.
Ooh, someone says sirens at Southeast just went off now.
Yeah, and again, I want to remind y'all about that. Southeast is not under a warning. It is going to be West Lauderdale. Out by the school is where this is. Decatur. East Central Community College, if you're on campus, be in your safe space immediately. Dollar General, anywhere at Union there at 492, back over as you get into Highway 19 area, right there at House. Y'all be in your safe space. Now, the rain and all of this stuff is fastly approaching Highway 19 in Neshoba County, in that southeastern portion of the county, which means it's approaching Lauderdale County as well. Let's look at this. On the outskirts of this will be in DeKalb in 27 minutes. What this storm here is doing is going to cross Highway 494. It will cross Highway 19. Here's the Piggly Wiggly after you go through the four-way stop. Let me put on here where I can see this a little bit better. This storm will cross at the intersection where Pleasant Ridge Cemetery is. Pleasant Ridge Road, cross Highway 19. That's old Highway 19 there. And this will go northeasterly across the rural route and eventually make its way to Han Road. You see that? And then that will make its way right on into Kemper County, just shy of making it up to Damascus. But we have a lot of these storms that are going to be moving out of Newton County. Look at this, 3 storms, 3 cells that will cut across Lauderdale and then directly into Kemper County.
Now, those aren't technically tornadoes, but they could turn into one, is what...
What this is the eye of the storm, where the rain is wrapped and it's coming, and where it could become a tornado. That's where the eye of it, the system, where the system lies as it comes there. It gives you an indication. Now, the worst of the rain that we're looking here, this is the front of the storm is what we're looking at, as it leads off coming out of here. Here's the back end of this storm right here at Turkey Creek. Still heavy rain around Decatur, East Central Community College there. Highway 15, you're not going to be able to see. Be careful, especially if you're on Little Rock, Decatur Road. It's impassable right now with the rain. Now, with this, what comes with this, whether there's high winds involved with this. What that tells us is it's going to be tree limbs down in the area.
I've heard that it could be up to like 70 miles an hour or
correct.
More than that because of the
70
the
plus.
Winds.
Now,
70 plus?
70 plus in the eye of the storm. What we want to do is look at some of these wind gusts. Let's pull this up where everybody to be able to see this as well as you're looking at these storms coming. Yes, a corner of it there as you get into Neshoba County, right in the as you cross out of Lauderdale County, House, Mississippi. We have gusts of 45 miles an hour in Meridian as we make our way over to Newton County. Look at that 52-mile-an-hour gust in Newton. As we come up to Decatur, we're looking at 49 to 50 where you are. Union clocking in at about 50-mile-an-hour gust. Now, that's going to blow signs. It's going to blow garbage cans every way. This is pretty strong. Walnut Grove at 16. Collinsville. Y'all have about 47-mile-an-hour gust. Downtown Meridian at 45 as we go north to Philadelphia. As you'll see here, the difference, and it hadn't quite made it to Philadelphia yet. We're looking at somewhere around 17-mile-an-hour gust at Philadelphia. But just to the east of you there, over here in Bloomfield, look at this, 44. Tucker has around 50-mile-an-hour, 49. Besadia clocking in at 54-mile-an-hour gust.
Oh, I don't think people realize how strong that actually is unless you like step outside. But please don't do that.
It's
but,
strong.
That's strong. That could that rip down a tree?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, especially with rain of what we've had, it can make something crack and fall very easily. Now, let's do this. We're still following these. I don't want anybody to think we're getting off of this, but and I do this as we follow these storms always to let you know what is happening where power goes out. We're looking pretty good in Lauderdale County as we'll zoom in on this. The Collinsville area, around 22 people without power. Russell area, just south of 20. We have some power out there. About 12 people as we get a little bit closer on that. It's going to be on Harper Road is where that is. All right, let's look at Mississippi Power, see what we've got going on there.
This storm is moving pretty fast, too.
Yes. All right, as we come across, look at this of what we've got going on.
Is that power outage?
Power outage, Newton. 700 people just west of downtown Newton without power. So it has been very strong. As we were looking at this, y'all remember when we were talking about this right here, moving toward Decatur, right there is where all of this began. And it is a lot that's telling us we've had a lot of wind damage, at least here in the southwest corner of Newton. Just look at that. That's if you look at this, Wire Road, Richardson Mill Creek, Cedar Grove Road, and right here, if you'll look at that, that's going to be Vance Road, Graham Harrison Road, right along in there is where the eye of all of that major power outage is there in Newton County. As we come across here, let's look at Neshoba County. We have a little bit there around Carthage, about 20 people. We've got north of Edinburgh, around 90 people just north of there on Highway 25 without power. Around 50 people there in the Kosciuszko area without power also. Now let's go back to radar.
They have small hail on Rock Creek Road between Union and Little Rock.
Pull that mic up where we can hear you when you update us over there. Pull that down where it reaches your mouth. People really like to know what's going on. Come on down. There you go. Now, what'd you say?
It's 'cause she's much.
Small hail on Rock Creek Road between Union and Little Rock.
Okay, we hear you a lot better when you do that. We appreciate that. Let's look at what else we've got going on. Let's go back to this. Let's pull radar back up as we dig deep into this, as we pull Doc's Toyota radar back up.
A lot of people are asking about Neshoba
It
right now. Is it going to be hit bad?
only this corner 492 areas you get right around House, Mississippi.
So
House, Mississippi, Highway 491 is in the path of this storm from Union over to House 491. And let's look at where this crosses here. Here's Tucker. Here's House. This is going to be just past the 4-lane. And this will cross right there at County Road 1505 and County Road 270 is where it will take in. That's where your tornado warning is. House Lake. This area here, here's 491 right there. All of this up near Friendship Church is in this County Road 4. It will cut across, and let's look here. Now, 491, as you'll look, that's Ford Store. It's going to be just shy of doing that. About where 491 turns into Highway 486 is going to be where the tornado warning line is in Neshoba County and follow east to Lauderdale County and into Kemper County. Again, once you get to, let's call it right here at 495 in the intersection of 495 Tucker Church. 495 is where that begins. Anything south of 495, 493, going over to right there at New Hope Volunteer Fire Department is what we're going to call where the tornado warned area is. We got heavy storms just to the west of Kemper Lake. It's going to be storms have just passed over Linville United Methodist Church as we follow this down. Damascus, Kemper County. This is a part of this. Here's the coal plant. Just let's call it from the coal plant west back to Neshoba County under a tornado warning at this point. Now, again, the worst of the weather is still in Newton County, making its way around the area around
There's hail.
House.
There's hail on 492 at House now.
I can believe that.
Somebody said that a tornado was on the ground in Amory.
We haven't.
I've got